You're about to discover a system that gives you an unparalleled level of self-awareness, one that is used by the ancient warlords and political powerhouses and great emperors of ancient China. This system is so important that its foundation has literally helped shape Chinese society, philosophy, and culture itself. And it is so important that even in today's society, it is used by many of Asia's biggest business tycoons. I know because in the last 20 years, I have been the personal consultant to many of these Asian business tycoons, and today I'm proud to call them my personal friends. Welcome to the second part of my training video series. Now, if you have not already watched part 1, be sure to click on the link that you see above or below at the comment section or on your screen right now and go and review part 1. Because in this lesson, I am going to take you deeper into your destiny code. We are going to find out what makes you unique to become a better version of yourself. And more importantly, we're going to design your destiny. Hi, I'm Joey Yap, and I'm here to tell you it is possible to design your destiny. I'm the author of more than 169 books on Chinese metaphysics, and every year I speak to more than 50,000 people live around the world in major cities, and I've seen this system transform their lives. And I do this by leading them through a very simple journey, a journey into themselves of self-discovery, finding their talents, maximizing opportunities, and overcoming challenges. Let's begin our journey. As the CEO of a high-growth, multi-million-dollar consulting business today, many people seem to say that things are easy for you today because you have all this luxurious lifestyle, traveling around the world, having great fun, seeing all these people. But every legend has its humble beginning. People tend to just want the upsides without embracing the downsides. Every story has ups and downs, including mine. Many people don't know of my humble beginnings. There were times that I feel lost as well. I was also, like many of you, in search of my own passion, in search of what is my life purpose, what is my contribution. At a very young age when I first started, I wasn't doing well in school. I was a C student. And even upon graduation, my first question is, am I in the right path? Will I be somebody? Will I be able to contribute back to the family that brought me up? So these are questions that I believe everyone at some point in their life would have gone through, because this is the journey. Now at this stage when I look back, I'm thankful that I had a tool such as BaZi astrology, because it allows me to understand my strengths and my fields of maximum return. And by understanding these, I'm able to pursue the path of least resistance to the success that I wanted in life. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now we have to talk about the 5 major components on anyone's journey in life. The first one was obtaining the map. You first have to have the map, and the map comes in the form of your destiny code. Now your destiny code has got various sections. It talks about your fate as well as your journey in life. The map itself will highlight all the treasures and hidden treasures, your abilities, people that you'll be meeting. Everything that you are supposed to achieve or can achieve is written on this map. Your job as the owner of this map is to decode the secrets that is hidden inside this map. The second part is extremely important, is to understand who are the passengers, because in life we don't travel alone. Our family, our friends, our partners, our co-founders, all these are partners. Some partners lift us, some partners burden us, some people are toxic. You got to understand the category of people that you are with. How do you work with them? How do you influence them so that your journey becomes more pleasant and you are able to achieve your goals in life? Now, going through with all the passengers, remember we go through stages, and these stages fluctuate. You can be going from a stage of struggling to surviving and thriving, and we want to maintain at the thriving stage so that we are a greater contribution to the people around us, so that you can make a difference to other people's lives while enriching our own lives. And today's topic will focus primarily on the 4th component of your journey, and that is the guide. Now, when we talk about the guides in our life, they come in 3 forms. The first, these are mentors. In order to shorten the journey to reach our destination, in order to be able to speed up and accelerate our journey to get to where we want to be, we need guides, because guides have been there, done that. They know the shortcuts, they know the pitfalls, they know the danger, they know how to help us navigate this life. And whatever we want to achieve in this life, someone else out there may have already done it before. All we need to do is connect with these guides and we will be able to find the path of least resistance to where we want to be. So guide can come in the form of mentors, they can be your advisors, or they can even be coaches in your life. So I want to show you how you can find your guide in your life. The first step before we can do that is that you need your map, your destiny code. Now see the link that is above and below the comment section or on your screen right now. Click on this if you have not already done so to print your destiny code. Now remember, in order to find your guide, you got to print out not just your chart, but your friends, your family, and people around you that you know. Key in their date of birth into the system, print their charts, because one of them could be your guide.
As a little girl, I was about 10, I was asking questions. I was wondering about why this person is happy, why this one is not happy, why is this one having so many problems. Then my grandmother was a card reader.
Card reader?
Card reader.
The tarot cards?
Yes,
oh, okay.
Card reader. And I asked her to teach me. She went, no, I won't teach you. You will learn anyway. Someone will teach you. I worked as a flight attendant all around the world. I was searching somebody to teach me. Then I found Joey. And Joey's teaching is, he makes it very easy, because Asian culture is not mine. I'm not Asian at all, you can see. He's making it so easy. Then let's use it and make people happy. Joey is giving us the tools. Then what do you wait? So many people have problems, you know. So many people are lost. They need somebody to tell them the way. And with BaZi, we can't tell people the way.
While many people see me as having a very enviable lifestyle, jet-setting all around the world, doing feng shui for iconic projects in places like London, Australia or Singapore, or they see me running a multi-million-dollar business. But my beginnings were very humble. Let me share with you a little bit about my story on how I actually began and how a guide turned up in my life that literally changed the trajectory of my entire destiny. I have an accounting degree, but during my college and university days, besides studying accounting, my hobby and interest was to study metaphysics. Now, upon graduating, it was the Asian economic crisis. And at that time, it was actually a really bad time to graduate. Like many of our friends who graduate at that time, we're all feeling gloomy and uncertain because there seems to be an air of scarcity in the work environment. It's like people are actually losing their jobs, let alone finding jobs. And if you're graduating at that time, you get a little bit worried of how you're going to make a living with the degree that you're holding. Now on the final year, I'm supposed to graduate. Little did I discover that because of my interest in studying metaphysics, I didn't pay attention to the accounting degree that I was supposed to obtain. So when the results came, I actually failed in 3 subjects. And because of that, the uni actually needed me to actually stay back for another semester. Now, I didn't have the heart to go and tell my parents that I failed in my quest to obtain a degree, because during the time was the Asian economic crisis where everyone is conserving their funds and I still have siblings who actually haven't gone to study yet. I think at that time my dad would kill me if I tell my parents that I actually failed in accounting. Here's some interesting thing that happened. It was the year of my Noblemen. Because I have failed in the subject, and I went back to talk to the college. There was a twinning degree between the Malaysian college and the Australian university that I was studying in, and I want to retake the exam as a summer paper in Malaysia. In order to do that, I need the agreement of the college owner to bring that paper from the Australian university back to Malaysia's college in order for them to retake it. To do this, I need to talk to the dean. So I went to the college and speak to the dean, and I still remember his words to me. Before I couldn't explain myself, he was already giving me a earful on saying how I've wasted my parents' money, wasted my time, studying all these useless things like astrology is all bullshit, nobody believes in this, and there's no way he could help me. Then I just pleaded with him and said, you know what, it's an Asian economic crisis, we have to conserve funds, is there a way you could help me? And then he reluctantly told me, well, you got to speak to the college owner and only he can decide if he wants to spend some money to bring that paper back to the college for you to retake it here in Malaysia. And so this is the eventful turn in my entire life. And this is how a guide turned up in my life. Let me share with you. At that moment, I went to see the college owner and I knocked on the door and the secretary brought me in and I was speaking to this gentleman and he was about 50 years old at that time. And I already braced myself for an enormous scolding before I wanted to tell him the story on why I failed. But to my surprise, when I told him the reason that I failed is because I spent too much time studying metaphysics, he said these very, very important words, 2 words that changed my life. He said, very good. And I was shocked. Why did he say very good? Because I just told him that the dean just told me that I've wasted my time studying metaphysics. Astrology is total bullshit and I should have spent more time on working on my degree. And this gentleman actually told me, don't worry about what the dean said. That's why he's still working for me today. And he told me this, all rich and powerful people that he knows practices or use metaphysics in some ways. And that totally changed my entire perspective on treating this as a hobby. And needless to say, of course, he allowed me to retake the paper and I passed the exam and I got my accounting degree. Now, I'm telling you this because this is an important lesson that happened in my life. It's all about being aware of who can be your nobleman and whose advice are important. And all it takes is to become aware of the advice that these people give. Once you are aware, you can make use of this and totally transform your life. Now, I want you to do this. Look into your chart right now and recognize the 2 animal signs that are your noblemen. Once you do this, I'm going to show you how you can see the periods of time or in aspect of your lives that you can find these people to be your guide and take you to the next level.
I think it's engaging, it's informative, and I think it's an eye-opener.
I think it just identifies by looking at your chart where you've had difficulties. If you had this knowledge previously, it would help you to navigate and come up with better options as you move forward.
It's unbelievable sometimes how effective they are, and it will give anyone a much needed boost. He's a brilliant thinker and he's able to deliver his message in a very accessible and engaging way.
I'm going to share with you 3 ways on how you can find your guide. Or in traditional parts of astrology, we call this the nobleman. The first aspect is, where do you find your nobleman? The second is, when can you find your nobleman? And the third is, who are your noblemen? These 3 aspects, and you're going to learn them now. First method, look for your nobleman animal sign within your BaZi destiny code. Now, your noble people star are listed right here, as you could see. Let's say, for example, it says rabbit and snake. The first part is to look for where does the nobleman sign appear. It could be in your year, month, day, and hour, anywhere in your chart. Now, first off, if your nobleman animal sign appears inside your chart, this is called the natal chart. That means fate has it that at some parts of your life, you are fated to meet with noble people. It's a question of whether you are aware of their existence. That's all. And if you want to make use of the nobleman's advice, you first need to be aware that they are noblemen. I'll show you how later. First, where do you find them? Now, if the noble people sign appear in the year like this, that means you're going to find them somewhere in your social network or your industry peers and or your colleagues or your friends, because the year column represents your social environment. Now, if the noble people appears in the month of birth, like so, you will find the noble person within your work environment. This is likely to be a senior or a mentor or an advisor in your work, someone who has the capacity to teach you something. Now, if your noble people appears in your day pillar like so, that means this is upon a relationship that is extremely intimate. Could be your spouse, could be your partner, could be someone in your life that once you meet and engage with, transform the way you look at life. Now, or it can appear at the hour column like this. If it appears at the hour column, that means it could be your junior, it could be your students, it could be your employees, it could be people under your care. These are people that you get engaged with as a result of what you do. So they will appear at the hour pillar. Now, your noble people sign could appear anywhere in here, and if you focus on these areas in your life, you will be able to find them. Awareness breeds control. As long as you're aware of them, you will be able to control the outcome. Now, at some point you may say, but I don't have it anywhere in my sign, then what do I do? No worries, that's why we have a second method. At certain point in your life, a time period where noble people will appear. Now, they could appear in two ways. One is to look at the luck cycle. Every 10 years of your life, you could be engaged with a possible nobleman because your noble people might appear in one of these 10-year blocks. Like so, like this example here, it appears in this person's 30 plus years old. And during this age of 10 years, this person will meet with a noble person that comes into this person's life and help him or her become better. Or on a specific year. Look at the years, for example. At a certain year, the nobleman star might appear. For example, in 2020, which is the year of the rat. And for this individual, the rat is the noble people. So that one year, he could meet with one or maybe even many noble people. It depends on how you actually make use of this. Remember, we talked about in lesson 1, fate and destiny. Fate allows you the opportunity to meet someone. Whether or not you can turn it into part of your destiny, that is your choice. Now, the third and most important method is, in case you can't find it in your natal chart or even the luck pillars, you can utilize the third method, and that is to find the noble people star in the chart of other people. That's right. This is how you see it. Let's say now your nobleman star, like this here, it says it's rabbit or snake. So you look at your friend's chart like this is a different person's chart, and you see rabbit or snake appearing in his or her destiny chart. That's right, you see the nobleman star appearing in other people's chart. That means this individual is your nobleman. And that was the case for me. When I looked at my mentor and I saw in his destiny chart, he has my nobleman star. That is why his advice have totally impacted my life. So you can find noble people by looking at other people's chart. That's why it's so important to print out their destiny code. Now, here's one thing I need to point out to you. Not all noble people are nice, because some people have the expectation that if it's my noble person, it's going to be nice to me and compatible with me. A noble person or a guide might be fierce or might even challenge you or might even scold you, but sometimes those are the things that you need to hear to help you awaken your destiny. So not all the time they are nice or compatible. Sometimes they even challenge you and you might feel a little bit uncomfortable having to break through to a new level. So I want you to be aware of this in case you do go through a nobleman period of your life and you expect that these guys are supposed to come in as nice people. They may not be. Now, of course, beside the noble people, guides can come in different forms. As you study deeper into our Grow Rich with BaZi program, I will be talking about, for example, the peach blossom star, how you can find love, increase your likability. Those are also helpful people or guide that teach you what to do when it comes to relationship. Think of it as matchmakers. Or there's an intelligent star as well. These represent people who awaken you or enlighten you to certain knowledge, makes you more intelligent or wise or become better at what you do. There are many other aspects or forms helpful people can come into your life. Now, besides just finding noblemen, a lot of people also ask me as a result of the first video that I've already released, how do I actually know that I'm in the right industry? How do I know that I'm in the right career? How do I know that this is the best thing to do in my life? Well, I've created a very special additional bonus video just to answer this question. Now, if you want this very special video that I've created, you need to send my team a private Facebook message. You will see the link right now at above or below the comment section or on your screen right now. If you click on this, it will open up a messenger box with my team and we will send you that video directly into your inbox on Facebook. Now, just a quick recap on where we are so far on our journey. We've talked about the map. We have talked about the stages we could be in our journey. We talked about the passengers. We talked about finding a guide. And of course, the next stage, which I think is extremely important, and I'm going to spend an entire video on this to teach you how to find the vehicle. And this vehicle comes in the form of finding the best career model for yourself. And this is the path of least resistance to your success in life. And make sure you will check your inbox in the next couple of days. When the video is ready, I will send you a notification. And until then, I'll continue our conversation in our private Facebook group. See you then.
I have been studying it for the last couple of years, and I'm amazed about the results that you can build with it.
Very clear information, very quick, very transparent. It's a transparency in communication. It's near about what the people want. He feel that, and it's very good.
Grow Rich with BaZi class is very informative because I can learn things about myself, what should I do with, my relationship with other people, and I understand that there will be also on health issues that what I can do to improve or to prevent. Yeah.